Hi, boys and girls. This is Module 6, Lesson 3 problem set. It's kind of a long problem set, but we are going to go through all of it. And then you're going to do some homework problems to practice what we did. So let's get started here. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. And number 1 says, this table shows the number of students in each class. So we have number of students in each class. The classes are baking, sports, chorus, and drama. And then the number of students in each of those classes is over here. Use the table, which is this, to color the bar graph. The first one has been done for you. Now, if you want to go ahead and get some colored pencils and make this colorful and have some fun with it, you can. If you just want to shade it in with your pencil, you can do that as well. So what they did was, we have the number of students on the left, we have the title at the top, and the classes across the bottom. Notice all the labels and then the numbers and the names of the classes. So they did baking for us. There were 9 students in baking. You can see we're counting by 2s over here. So there were 9 students in baking, so we had to go halfway between 8 and 10 to get 9. For the sports class, there are 16. So I'm going to go up here to 16, and sports is up here. I'm going to keep going up to 16, the line where 16 is, and I'm going to make that line right there. And then I'm going to trace down these lines, and I'm going to shade it in. Okay, not super neat, but I'm going to change my color to blue. We're going to come over here to chorus. And for chorus, I see that there are 13, so I'm going to go up here to 12, and since it's 13, I'm going to go halfway between 12 and 14. And let's shade that in. Let's do orange for the last one. For drama class, there are 18 students. So I'm going to go up here to 18, draw my line across so I know where I'm stopping, trace those lines down, and let's shade that in. We'll go even smaller this time. There we go. I finally got it right. Finally got the right one. So shade that all in. Make sure yours looks like mine, maybe even a little neater than mine is. Now let's go down here to the questions, because the graph is really nice, but we want to get some information from the graph. So let's look at letter A. What is the value of each square in the bar graph? So each one of these squares is representing what? It's representing 1 student. That's what each square is representing, 1 student. Letter B says, write a number sentence to find how many total students are enrolled in class. Now, I'm not sure why they don't give us a whole lot of space here, but I'm going to do my work for this over here. So we want to find the total students that are enrolled in classes. So what we need to do, our number sentence would be, we need to add them all up, right? We're finding the total. 9 plus 16 plus 13 plus 18 equals. And boys and girls, you can do this by hand. You can use a calculator. I'm fine if you use a calculator for this, because we're not testing your adding skills here. We want to see if you can find the total and you understand what you're trying to find. I'm going to add these numbers up, and I'm going to do 9 plus 16 plus 13. I have to write it like this and do the standard algorithm because that's what I'm used to. So 9 plus 6 is 15, plus 3 more is 18, plus 8 more. 18 plus 8 more is 26, right? 26. and then we have 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 56. And somebody can check me on a calculator and make sure I did that right. Letter C says, how many fewer students are in sports than in chorus and baking combined? So we want to know how many fewer students are in sports than in chorus and baking combined. Write a number sentence to show your thinking. So the first thing we need to do here is find the total students in chorus and baking. So I'm going to go up here. We have chorus and we have baking. So we have 13 students plus 9 equals how many? 22. Now, we want to know how many fewer students are in sports. So now we're going to take our 22 from our total of chorus and baking and subtract, because fewer means we're taking away. 22 minus 16 in sports gives us 6 fewer students. Now, you could use a calculator. You could do your math on the side like that. That's fine. However you choose to figure it out. I was able to do 22 minus 16 in my head. Let's go on to number 2. This bar graph shows Kyle's savings, the money he's saving from February to June. Use a straight edge or a ruler to help you read the graph. Now, the reason they say that is because it's going across, okay? So if you want to get a straight edge, go ahead. So again, we need to know the parts of the graph. Pen keeps stopping. We have the title, which is Kyle's savings. On the left, we have the amount in dollars, and we can see it's going up by $5 increments, but they've labeled each dollar amount in between. And across the bottom, we have the months of when he saved. So letter A says, how much money did Kyle save in May? So I'm going to find May, and here's where a straight edge would be handy. You could just try to draw a dotted line across here. And we get to $34. If you use a straight edge, you'll probably be a little more accurate. So $34. That's really sloppy, Mrs. Goshert. $34. Letter B, in which months, notice it has an S, so that's more than one, did Kyle save less than 35? Less than means he didn't get to $35. So we need to look at this $35 line right here and write all the months that are less than $35. So that's right there, that's right there, and that's right there. So those months are February, April, and May. Letter C, how much more? When I see the words how much more, my mind automatically goes to subtraction. How much more did Kyle save in June than in April? Write a number sentence to show your thinking. How much more did Kyle save in June than in April? So in June, go up to the top, we go across, he saved $40. In April, we go up, and let's go across. He saved $20, $21, $22, $23. So go ahead and figure out 40 minus 23. And hopefully you got $17 more. They really didn't give us a lot of space here for writing, did they? Letter D, the money Kyle saved in blank was half the money he saved in blank. So which line, what might be helpful here is if we write down how much he saved in each month. So in February, he saved $30. In March, he saved $46. In April, we already know he saved $23. May, he saved $34. And June, he saved $40. So let's take a look at the largest amount because that might be easy to split in half. Are any of the other numbers here half of 46? Which bar looks like it's half of 46? If you said April, you are correct. So April is half the amount as March. Now, because we wrote those amounts up there on the bar graph, we already did part of number 3. Complete the table below to show the same data given in the bar graph in problem 2. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my months, February, March, April, May, June, because it says months. So we're going to fill in the months. And then the amount in dollars. In February, he saved $30. March was 46, April 23, May 34, and June was 40. So there's another way to represent that data. Let's go on to the next one. So this bar graph is the number